My name's Chris Stogner. This is for McHale. This is our Fusion 3 Plus. We bought this back in 2018. Very well made machine. We've only had very minimal problems with it. We can show you that, but I can also show you how to run this thing as well. Probably has over 13,000 bales baled on it. But we could look at the counter and see what we're at, get an accurate count. Let me open up this guy here so we can kind of look inside. We just got this baler. Worked on, and for the first time in 6.5 years, we have new chains put on. So those chains have lasted for 6-7 years. Amazing. We just had these bearings replaced, I think, for the first time. So that's pretty, I mean, the longevity of these things are amazing. Our pickup teeth here, we replace these probably once a year, but they still last. It's just kind of the terrain of our fields that we have, and so we break them periodically. But we used to run net wrap on this thing for net wrapping it initially, but we just started this year running actually the plastic as the first wrap before it comes out of the chamber. And we'll come back here, we'll show you back here. Very minimal maintenance we ever have to do on this thing. It's a wonderful machine. The one thing I will say, and actually I believe that because of us, it was changed, but we had to we would have to replace these maybe every 1.5 years for a while, and there was a battery you couldn't get to, but I think through technical support they started making it to where we could actually replace the battery inside here, so it saves $350 a piece. One's on the other one as well. And we always use different type of plastic wrap based on the season. Something that's more sticky, we try and go with 1 mil, but the top of the line if we can. So let's jump in and we'll start this thing up and see what it can do. Just came back from the shop, so let's see what we can get done here. Now there's nothing to bale today because it's about 35, windy, and in the middle of the winter, so we probably won't be baling anything today. This is our 6175R that we run on this thing, and it's beeping for me. It's because my chamber's open. I gotta close the door. We're gonna run and close the door real quick. Good as new. Alright, let's jump back in. No more beeping. That's the trick. If you hear beeping with this thing, then you know that you have something that's either open or you're not doing something right. So we're going to turn on the hydraulics on this guy. So we usually have this thing mounted up here, but because it's the winter, we have the mounts off. So this is your basic computer. When you're running in the field, you always want it to be on auto. That should do everything for you, and if any problems, you have to switch it over to manual. Initially, when you start the machine up, you want to be on manual so you can lower the back wheel and get it off of road transport mode. So manual, that'll help you run. That'll get you up, and that'll lift the gate up for you, and that'll flip the bales out automatically. Everything does it for you. Let's look and see how many bales that we have. Let's see here. So actually we're at 14,213. So even more than what I was anticipating, which is wonderful. And you can reset all these like so. You go from field to field, reset. Well, it's not resetting, but no big deal. We're gonna escape. Just ignore that. This is your knives, by the way. It gives you a knife warning, but so we usually run. Oh, okay. We usually run in either 12 or 13 knives. You can run up to 25 knives. We try and switch 12 and 13 every so many bales, probably every 200 bales or so, just to keep them wearing evenly. So in the summertime, we'll definitely first and second cutting, we'll run 12 and 13 knives. Otherwise, it'll be a lot slower. And then towards the end of the year, we switch to 25, be able to cut stuff up finer, and we can run a little faster with it because it's not as thick. So we run that. You can manually switch all these over, or auto can also do it for you just by hitting that 25 knives. 25 is actually being put in right now, the other 13. So now we have 25 knives. So let's go back to manual. So with manual, we're gonna automatically lift up the lift gate here. And you can see that right there. And that'll help you to be able to, if you have to clean anything out, anything like that, we'll take it back down for a minute. Okay, manual will lift all that stuff up for you. If you have an issue when it's plastic wrapping in the back, you can manually forward and reverse the plastic, so that kind of helps too. You can also manually cut it. We've done that numerous times. It's usually only if we have a problem with a bale, so that's it. But for the most part, it's always in auto, and everything's taken care of for you. Let's tell you what, let's open this guy up. Let's jump inside there for a minute. Alright, let's jump out there. Now, you always want to do when you jump in the chamber, really you should have the tractor off, but don't tell anybody I'm keeping the tractor running. But I have it in lock, so it will not close on me, and also there's nobody around to turn the PTO on, so we should be okay, hopefully, unless the dog comes. I'm gonna jump underneath here. So this is your inner chamber here. We did have to replace one roller. I believe they all look kind of a little rusty, so maybe thought we had to replace one roller, but for the most part, all these rollers are original. 6 years, 14,000 bales, everything's original. Absolutely no problems, a perfect baler. This is one baler that I would advise to anybody to buy, no matter the price. We used to have a Claws Unirap. Bearings would constantly go out every year. And yeah, so we definitely love this thing more than any of our equipment. It saves us tons of money. We are 100% grass-fed, certified organic. So all these bales that you see around us, and there's even another 1,500 bales laying around in the farm that we have baled. So we depend on this thing for the whole year. But that's the video. Thank you guys, and hope it helps everybody out.